24 hours I haven't slept. 23 reasons.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another installment of Erin's Book Club. Unfortunately, you're going to have to bear with me with the lighting that I have and with the old computer that I have and all of this other things because my other camera has decided it wants to die on me, and I don't know when it's going to start and when it's going to end, and I just can't make videos on that. For the longest time I thought, well, I'll just do my reviews in written format and not do a verbal format, and that just doesn't work for me. I enjoy talking to people about the book. So we're going to have to go with a lower quality video and just go from there, unfortunately, until I can afford to get a better quality video and work with a better system, I guess. So bear with me, guys. But I do have a book review for a book that I just finished, and it was funny because I finished the book before this and went for 3 or 4 days not being able to find something to read. Like, I've got so many books to read, so many good read books to read, that I just kind of felt overwhelmed. I didn't know what to choose. I didn't know what to work with. So I had my husband, because I was complaining to my husband till finally he said, it's not that hard. So I said, well, what would you do? And doesn't he go up to the bookcase, close his eyes, and point? And that's how I picked my next book. But I'm kind of glad he did, because I was surprised by the book. When I got it, I didn't think it would be a good read. Got halfway through it, and I thought, well, this is kind of a boring read. And then it got to be interesting, and I was able to finish it all today because, of course, my internet is down, so it's nice to be able to work on something. Let's just say that. So, the book review I have to do today is called The Strays, a novel by Emily Biddle. So, that is the way that looks. Okay? I don't know, see, you guys can't see the cover very well. The cover is very distracting. I know they're trying to go with the art theme, but I find the cover very distracting to start with. What I do enjoy is that it is a hardcover book, and I got a hardcover book for free to read for Goodreads for the price of my review. The book was put together really, really well, except for the fact that the book jacket has all of the, this author is wonderful back here, and the actual write-up about the book is in the inner sleeve, which I don't like. I want to read about the book itself here, and then say, oh, the author is wonderful on the inner sleeve. Other than that, I think that has nothing to do with the author. I think that has a lot to do with the editor. So that was the downfall about that. But the chapters were all nice and short. They were all easy to read, easy to get through. The book was put together perfectly well. Really enjoyed the book. The story, I don't even know what to call the story. Let me just warn you first, this review may have spoilers because I tend to wander off and not realize what I'm saying. So if you guys don't want to hear any spoilers, don't look at this review until you read the book. That being said, I don't know if this is a coming-of-age story, if this is a biography-type story, if this is an art story, if this is a movement story. It's about a very dysfunctional family that is kind of idolized by somebody who is outside of the glamour of the family. And this outsider at first wants to be just like them until she finds out that maybe they're not as wonderful as they make out to be. But at the same time, she doesn't really want to go back to her family because she's had enough of the other life that she doesn't want to give that up. And throughout that, there is the subcurrents that go throughout the story, and different individuals that are invited into the rooms and into the house that end up not being what you think they'll be, especially when you're introduced into them, and relationships are formed that you don't think are even possible. I've read this book now, and I am exhausted emotionally from reading this book, and profoundly sad from reading this book. It's a very disturbing book, but it isn't out there like you aren't like slammed with how disturbing it is. As you read and mull it over and let it gel, you realize how absolutely awful this book theme is, and how the nuances are heartbreaking. And the fact that the author thought this up means that, you know, there are families out there similar to it. I I don't know if I like the book. I love how it's written. It's eloquently written. It's written like an art form. But it's so sad. Like the main character, like the main parents of the family are not parents. The children are neglected, but they're neglected in a way that somebody looking outside into the family would think, oh, these children are so lucky to have a family that's like this and that's as loving as it is. And in reality, they're not what everybody thinks that they are. Sorry, Pilgrim, my cat wants to be part of this picture, I guess. I like to let her kind of do what she wants because, you know, she's 20 years old. Pilgrim, go on. This is a very involved book. This is not a book where you're going to be able to like watch TV and read at the same time, because you'll be able to read the words, but you won't be able to understand the nuances and what she's trying to describe. I really enjoyed the book. I would like to read a book of a happier topic before I decided if I liked or disliked this author. The book itself is good. It's written well for the topic that it is, but boy, the topic is sad. And it's very melancholy. I think it's a good book for those who wants to sit in a chair with a coffee and it's raining outside or it's cold outside and you just want a kind of book to snuggle up with and maybe understand that your life isn't as bad as it could be. That's kind of the book you want. Like, that's the book that it will be. I don't know how many stars I'm going to give this. You'll see this review on Goodreads. I'm undecided. All in all, I'm undecided. I really like the way the book was written. It was wonderfully written that way, but some disturbing subject matter. Very disturbing subject matter. And not blatantly. It's just well done that way. So, all in all, a well-written book, one that you have to concentrate to read, and I think I might read it a few more times. So, Emily Biddle, The Strays. This book is going to have a forever home in my library, I think. I will loan it out to whoever needs it. It's not going to be like one of those cherished, only I get to see things. But it will, I think, have a forever home in my library. So, thanks very much, guys, for listening to another book review. Excuse me. Again, I'm very sorry that the video is going to be shoddy. Not much I can do about it until, like, you know, I win the lottery or something to that effect. But I will keep going the best I can. I will do some video reviews and I will do some written reviews. And that's basically all I can do, unfortunately. Thanks again very much, guys, and you have yourself a great day. I'll let you know when I have another book read. Take care.